Well, it's getting to that time of the season, towards the end of November, where there's a lot of empty tags out there. Let's face it, not everyone shoots big bucks and shoots a lot of bucks every year. And not everyone has that opportunity to spend a lot of time to do so. And that's another thing too, or even the best times to go out, like I try to preach and practice. So there's a lot of Hail Marys out there when it comes to deer hunting. Big buck's going away, might as well give him a big grunt, right, as he's going away, or a quick rattle with rattling antlers. We're going to get a Hail Mary. And I think deer scents, and the best deer scent that you could use out there is kind of like, using a Hail Mary. And what I mean by that is we're always looking for a quick way, a quick fix, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. And deer scents fall into that category where people look for that quick answer, that Hail Mary, and we're going to buy some deer scent, we're going to have a great hunt. And folks, there couldn't be anything further from the truth. There's really not really much you can buy that can attract deer, lure deer, and get them to consistently come to your stand, if at all. And I think deer scents fall into that category where it really is that one of deer hunting's Hail Marys, and you need to watch it, and we're going to talk about that, and really what is the best deer scent. Now, one of the problems with deer scent and putting deer scent out, I've fallen into that. I've told the story many times where I bought a brand of scent back when I was a teenager, and I couldn't afford to do so. In fact, I probably did it with my parents not knowing, because I wouldn't have told them that I was going to spend $14 for a small little teeny bottle of urine and put it out in the woods. I go out there, that Hail Mary, I throw the scent out on a wick, and a little piece of cloth or something on a branch. And I figure, well, a little bit more is better. A little bit more is better. It's getting closer to dark. Pretty soon the bottle's gone. Used it in 2 hours, 3 hours. I felt guilty about it at that time, that I just wasted my money. But you're going out and placing that scent. When I get to my stand location, I want to go immediately up my stand. Now, when I'm getting to that stand location, there's only one good spot that the scent is blowing. And so wherever the direction of scent you want your scent to blow, I want it to blow to the right, because there's a non-deer area, it's a drop-off, it's big open hardwoods, there shouldn't be a lot of deer there. And so I'm going to that location. I want to get right into my tree stand. My wind's blowing to the right. That's where I don't expect deer to go. So what is a good placement for that deer scent when you get to your stand? You could put that deer scent, you want deer to smell it downwind if it even attracted something, or if it did. So you have to go out in front of your stand, for example, if the wind's blowing to the right, maybe you think deer are going to come this way. But bottom line is, you're getting that scent into your downwind area. You're getting it into a downwind area. And those bucks have to be downwind to that. So how do you effectively place that scent when you get to your stand? What I find is, let's say you walk out 30 yards in a direction, or 40 yards. Now I'm walking past my stand, and I'm leaving a bunch of scent around by walking over to that location, maybe hitting some brush, and a lot of commotion. I almost have that panicked feeling. When I get to a stand, I want to go straight up into the stand. I do not want to change my clothes at the base of the tree, do anything. I want to step to the stand and get up immediately. Once I get into that stand, I feel a little bit more, a little bit less stress, because now I've made it. I'm not spooking deer at that point. I can be very quiet in the stand. I can move very slowly, and I can make sure that I'm not spooking deer. And so that's really important. So think about that. Very difficult to place scent around your stand without making a lot more disturbance, movement, scent, leaving your scent around. And I've seen it before. You go put out scent, deer comes through, smells where you put out the scent, maybe not even the scent, and they run away. And so you really have to be careful, even if you are using scents, that you're not spooking more deer simply by using the scent, leaving more of your scent around, your sound and movement, with the potential to spook deer. There's been a lot of times, Diane shot a buck just last Sunday where she was literally in the blind for 5 minutes. If she would have been out putting scent in front of her, watching where she was at, she would have spooked that deer, and not only spooked that deer for that hunt, ruined that hunt. She shot Wally. Wally was his name. She would have ruined the sit for Wally in that location for hunts to come. Now, one of the things I'll go back to, there's a lot of things that you can waste your money on in the hunting industry. And it seems like a lot of the marketing in the hunting industry is designed to zap your hard-earned dollars. And I believe when it comes to scent, that's right up there with looking at you and saying, this has the best marketing, the best packaging, the best description of the scent, and you're going to buy it, and it's wasting your dollars. There's a lot of things you can waste your dollars on, when it comes to hunting, but there's a lot of things that you can spend money on. Higher quality clothes. They keep you warmer and drier, more comfortable. Those higher quality clothes will last for decades. And so really high quality clothes will make sure that you can be comfortable in the stand, and that's a worthy investment. Boots. I've had boots last for many years, high quality boots. Hats, whatever it might be, bow, gun, more arrows. There's a lot of things you can spend your money on that are very worthwhile. Trail cameras, scouting tools, things like that. That's a worthy investment to me when it comes to scent. Even if there's a slim chance it can work, is it really something you want to spend your hard-earned dollars on? And maybe you have money to blow, money to waste, but even then, the idea of going out and potentially spooking more deer and having that risk of leaving your scent around in your movement isn't really worth it in the end. Not a great investment for your hard-earned dollars. One of the things when it comes to scent, why are we buying scent in the first place? We want to put scent out. We want to attract a certain buck right to that scent, and we want him to come right in front of us. We want to shoot that buck. I mean, that's the whole idea. We're trying to attract, it's like a deer decoy, and we'll talk about that some other day, but scent is one of those that we're using that to attract a buck, get him into bow range, get him into gun range, whatever it might be. Think about this. If you're hunting effectively, if you're learning how to hunt, you're gaining experience hunting, you're making good decisions based on being a predator and actually giving yourself an opportunity to hunt, then that's a worthy investment of your time, is learning how to hunt, becoming a better hunter. And you'll find when you do that, it seems like when new hunters rely on scent heavily and inexperienced, or people that just want to market it and make some money in the hunting industry. Those are the two types of people that use scent to me the most. And so those inexperienced hunters, young hunters, they're using that scent. And what I find is the more you become a better hunter, the more experience you gain, the less likely you are to use scent, because you'll find that being a better hunter is the ultimate replacement for finding gadgets and gear and poor investments of your hunting dollars that aren't really producing many more deer, if any at all, on your wall or filling your tag. That would be a great investment of your time, just learning to be a better hunter. Now, what I love is using natural scent. And I'll give you an example of how we do that. We use mock scrapes. Now, they have horizontal rubs. They have rubbing trees you can put out in a food plot. But I'm talking about an attraction where you're attracting a buck to a point within his travel where you want him to stop, you want him to pay attention to something, not you, not a trail camera nearby. That's what's effective. And there's no other form of attraction that's more effective than an actual mock scrape and a scrape itself. We'll find a lot of our mock scrapes are hit daily. They're hit by every deer that walks by. And the accumulation of that preorbital gland scent that is left on that licking branch stays there, and it accumulates, and it becomes stronger with time. And what we find is every deer that goes by hits our mock scrapes. It's consistent, and what it does to me is it pulls a lot of trails down into one. And that's awesome, because you put that one trail in front of your stand, it follows the natural lay of the land, natural topography, natural funnels. You're matching it all together, and that makes it a very high value attraction. Think about a rub. Most rubs are only rubbed once the entire season, and so rubs can be very misleading. But rubs don't actually attract deer from long ways away just to go check out a rub. Scrapes do. Bucks are looking for does. We have a lot of them right now at the end of November, towards the end of November. It's November 24th right now, but we're getting a lot of pictures of does and fawns checking out scrapes. I think it's a curiosity after coming through the rut, and the rut's winding down. I think it's a curiosity thing, but there's a lot of scent there, and so it attracts deer. I don't know how far they can actually detail smelling each other back and forth, but think about this. We have mock scrapes where every deer that goes by checks out that scrape every time they go by on a daily basis. Bucks, does, fawns. Can you actually say that about the latest scent that you purchased or deer lure and put out Did every deer that walked by go check it out? Did they do that every day in, day out, 365? Of course, you have to reapply it. A mock scrape does, it's natural scent. Deer love natural scent, and that's been what I found is when deer are attracted to something in the woods, the mock scrape can't be beat. I don't sell anything that has to do with anything with mock scrapes. I don't sell licking branch fines. I don't sell any type of scent, of course. And when it comes down to it, that's just what I see in the deer woods, in the natural environment for deer. That's the one thing that attracts deer the majority of the time, the most consistently, and it's extremely high powered. Now you could say the same for a water hole, but a water hole is very seasonal too. When bucks are cruising, they hit the water hole. When it's really hot and dry out, if they're feeding on green vegetation all night, they tend not to hit the water holes. So water holes are not consistent. They're the next best thing after a mock scrape if you have a dry property. Mock scrape works on any property. So you have that accumulation of scent, but it's natural scent. And that brings me to the final point, and the number one scent that you could use is natural scent. I encourage you to use natural scent when it comes to mock scrapes and that accumulation of scent. You're not going to find that same attraction in a rub, whatever kind of rub it is. If you're putting an attraction out in the middle of a food plot, the deer are already going to the food plot. If you need an attraction in the food plot, then maybe your food plot wasn't attractive enough. I always like that attraction or that mock scrape with that natural scent on the way to the food plot, on the way to a clear cut out on public land, within a funnel, within a convergence of trails where you're trying to narrow the deer down to one trail so that you can get a shot from a bow stand. Always consider the best scent that you can use, the best deer lure you can use in the woods has to do with natural scent. A water hole likely is the second best thing. Very just quick one stop back in the woods. And of course there's food plots, there's apple trees, there's other plantings, things like that. But when it comes to actually making something in the woods that you can attract with some type of scent, always go natural. Natural is best. Natural will guide you to success and offer you consistent attraction in a very precise and small location, especially when you mirror it with a mock scrape. And I encourage you, I get a lot of questions on mock scrapes, and a lot of people don't realize right now we have 31 actual videos. This is a 30-second in my mock scrape playlist, videos that I put together. I never add anybody else's videos on my channel. That's a mock scrape playlist, tons of information, overwhelming amount for creating mock scrapes, maintaining mock scrapes, and really watching deer on those mock scrapes 365 days a year and enjoying especially those trail cameras. Learn how to set trail cameras nearby without spooking deer too. Really doesn't cost you much at all. Natural scent, a vine, maybe a little bit of rope to hang it from the tree, and wise investment along with learning how to hunt and becoming a better hunter and making sure that you're not wasting your hard-earned dollars on some scent contraption or lure that really has a very high failure rate and a chance to actually help you spook more deer than you actually attract. Well, if you made it to the end of this video, you're obviously interested in Whitetail Habitat Solutions, what I have to teach, and you will love my new web class series. The first one is how to design your whitetail property. It's out now. The link is in the description. I invite you to check it out. It's on my website. Can't wait to hear about it.